Back at it with the basketball addicts, breaking down Raptors basketball. Zebo in the post. You'll see a whole lot of that in this pack as the Toronto Raptors, they showed a little bit of fight trying to take on these Memphis Grizzlies. Amir Johnson with the alley-oop, and then they're double-teaming Big Greivis in the post. Amir Johnson finding the open space, 11-5. Kind of a good game from Amir Johnson, of course, but the story was the Toronto Raptors could never get over the hump. There you see one of them ugly knuckleballers from Tony Allen. He did not call glass. I bank on that. Now here you see Nick Calathis, another guy that should not be getting off on the Toronto Raptors on the break, getting past Kyle Lowry. A little sexy flash there. Like, this was a little globetrotter action here. But that was the shot of the game right there. Jonas Valanciunas did everything right, but you still can't stop Zebo. Your Toronto Raptors, unfortunately, despite Kyle's great fourth quarter, they shot 3 for 28 from 3, or 5 for 28 from 3. That's horrible, and that's not going to get you a W when you head down for Memphis. DeMar DeRozan shot 2 for 20 in the last 2 games, guys. So, you know the Toronto Raptors aren't playing good defense, but now to see that the 3 ball's not falling and DeMar, after a great first game back, really struggling with his shot, how concerned are you about this group? 3 and 7 in their last 10, Morgan.
Yeah, I'm not concerned at all, honestly.
No?
Not at all. It's a game of runs, but I just feel like they're kind of in an identity crisis a little bit. They're kind of still.
It's such a player's mentality. I hear this from the players all the time. I'm not worried.
But I still feel like they're going off not the hype from last year, but just the success they had from last year, and they're still trying to find that identity this year. But with DeMar going down, you know, they still had to try to find ways to win. So now that he's back, a lot of those minutes and points that coming from the role players, those roles are diminished a little bit, and DeMar is trying to come back in all-star form, and, you know, it's just it's an adjustment period.
I'll agree with Morgan to a point.
Oh, wow, you agreed with someone.
I will. No, they're 27-15. This is the best record this team has ever had in 20 years. Yeah. So we may be nitpicking a bit. There's a lull that happens during the season. What you don't want to happen is what happened to the Pacers last year, who were front runners the first half of the season and collapsed the second half. So Dwayne Casey's kind of tinkering with his lineup a little bit, trying to find guys who want to play, and I don't think they should panic right now. If this were March or April, you might have cause to panic. Right now, no.
All right, Ansel. Dwayne Casey's trying everything to rectify this situation. Inserted Greivis Vasquez into the starting lineup. 1 for 8 from the field. Terrence Ross got 0 points off the bench. JJ had 8 minutes after not playing the game before. Where does Dwayne Casey go again to spark this group and to find someone to plug into that roster?
And this, for me, I hold Casey to a higher regard. I'm thinking, honestly, he's not doing. It's something that's going on. I'm thinking it's him.
Because you look at the 3 guys I mentioned, those are 3 guys that you expect to at least get a good game out of.
I'm telling you, when you listen to a coach and every game he's losing his voice, it seems like you're working too hard. Like these guys aren't being responsive. Something's happening. So it's like Popovich will sit down for 3 quarters and they run like a well-oiled machine. So I'm thinking something within the coaching, whether you can't. James Johnson, he's an integral part. 8 minutes. I don't know why. If there's something we don't know what's going on
recently.
At the end of the day, though, the guys have to figure it out in the court. We can blame the fans, the weather, the travel, whatever the case might be.
I agree.
The unit has to figure it out, and guys have to understand their roles and then stick to those roles and do what they do. Patrick Patterson, Lou Williams, whoever it is, Greivis Vasquez, whether he's moved in the starting lineup or not. Is Kyle Lowry burnt out? That may be a thing, too. Does he need a break? LeBron took a 2-week break, and look at the Cavaliers right now. So I'm not saying that Kyle can afford to take a 2-week break, but maybe he needs a game or 2 off.
All right, now, another concern, of course, for this team. Jonas Valanciunas, Morgan, 12 and 10 in 29 minutes. And looking at the matchup against Memphis, they've got 2 of the better bigs in the game. Despite that shot where you saw Zebo bury a sick jumper in his face, do you think Dwayne Casey needs to put him out there in more situations like this, and can he give him what he needs defensively? Because that's a 7-footer sitting in the lane.
Yeah, I think he can.
Then what's the problem? Because why are we not seeing more minutes? I would like to see a little bit more Jonas. The million-dollar question out here.
You know what? The 2 third-year guys and Terrence Ross, he's not doing his job. And I thought that Jonas was being a little more consistent down the stretch. And if you get 12 and 10 from a guy who, you know, you see Marc Gasol, you see Zebo, he competed. And you want to see him out there and creating mismatches. You don't want to see Zebo and Marc Gasol on the court. If he can put them in foul trouble, why not? But you need I don't know what's going on in the locker room
moves. It's more than just backing out a guy. You need moves. We're getting bullied, bottom line. You could have, honestly, look at the day before the games happen. I know that they're going to lose because we don't have that, I don't know what it is, that grit.
Morgan, James Johnson.
Yes.
These guys you brought in for toughness. 8 minutes, 0 minutes. Like, do they need to do something there? And why not Terrence Ross? Why is he not turning things on?
I'm sure those are the questions that they're asking themselves too. Yeah, it's a lot going on in the locker room, I think, and the guys I think they just need to step up and realize their role, and then go out and, like Westbrook said, and just execute at the end of the day.
You had to go out Westbrook on us with the execution.
yeah.
You better not pull that in the show. I'm asking some questions.
Yes,
Give me an answer. All right. Hey, listen. Well, maybe Open Gym can tell us some more about what's going on in the locker room. You guys make sure and tune into that one. But hey, on the other side of the break, we got to talk about basketball's most gifted player. It may be coming to a close. The generation, not you, Will Strickland, Kobe Bean Bryant. What's he going to do next? Find out. Hang out.